Anyways, enough about old stuff. Tell me about what you finished. Better not be an old thing. If it's an old thing, you're getting fisted. Side fisted.
It's a new thing.
Okay, good.
I went to a gig.
Oh!
I don't know if that's enough of an introduction, so I'll give you a fresh, clean one for the take just in case.
We have no, what am
What's
I
in
meant
the
to do?
title?
I went to a gig. What's
I went to see Middle Kids.
Oh!
There you go.
Nice. Well, tell me about Middle Kids. I
Okay,
don't know
I will.
them.
So, well, I mean, I guess there's two fun things going on here. One is like that it's Middle Kids and I went to see the band. And I'll tell you about the band. And the other fun thing is like this is like the first like significant sized gig I've gone to. That's not like some friend in a pub or a beer garden, which, no disrespect, those are some of the best gigs. I can say that now.
Okay.
But I can also say that you have 3 iPads. You can't contradict me because it's my section. So this was at Le Forum on Flinders Street in the city.
That's the fun one with the purple lights, right?
It's a fun one with the purple lights on the ceiling and the gargoyles and the stuff and whatever. It's great. And so Middle Kids are a band from Sydney. People would call them like indie rock, but I think that indie's not a style, and that's stupid because people just slap the label indie on when a band is small, and then when they get big enough, they either keep it or drop it. It's bad. It's not. It doesn't describe a style. It describes a size.
I think indie is anti-pop.
Okay.
Although you could
fair.
probably have indie
But
pop.
I would call them alternative rock, which I think covers.
Alternative is, basically what indie is, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're very fun. They're very good. There's 3 of them. Hannah plays guitar and sings, and then they have a bassist and a drummerist. You know a drummerist.
I know, I'm aware of drummers.
And they make good music. They just released an album called Faith Crisis Part 1. Now you might think, does that mean that like they're doing a Part 1 or Part 2? And Faith Crisis Part 2 is coming out soon, and that's exciting because there's new music coming out soon.
Double bill. Oh.
It means that they took 3 years from the last album to this one, and they called it Part 1 because they're like, when you think about it, you're always having a bit of a faith crisis. You never really resolve these things. But it's not like there's more music coming. They're like, no, we're done for a bit. We're going to tour. Also, Hannah's having another kid, a second kid, so like there won't be any music for a while. And it's like, God damn it, why'd you call it Part 1?
So are they not going to call it the next one Part 2?
No one knows. They don't know. No one knows.
I think it'd be really funny if they didn't.
Just never addressed it again.
Because it's, faith crisis. You're starting something, the crisis is maybe there won't be a
genuinely
resolution.
think that's what they might do. Anyway, they sing, they have lots of...
Sorry, I have a question.
Okay, you have... Go. Go.
Did you have a chest infection?
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
You haven't been coughing lately.
I haven't been coughing lately.
Yeah.
See,
now
I told you I didn't
sick.
have a chest infection.
That's not how it works.
I told you I didn't, and now I've been proved right.
Look, I had terminal cancer, and then I had what's the thing where you get rid of it?
You're thinking chemotherapy.
Yeah.
But this metaphor doesn't work because I didn't do anything about
Chemo-
my not chest infection. I had stage 4 terminal cancer, and then I just kept going about my normal life, and now I don't, so I never had it.
You know, some people argue that chemo gives you cancer.
Well, it's literally zapping radiation into you.
Yeah.
So it's not very good for you.
I saw Hank Green talk about it recently. Because famously he had cancer for a bit.
Famously.
And then he went through chemo.
So when you think about it, did he ever really have cancer? That's what I'm saying. No, I don't like this metaphor. I don't like where I'm drawing parallels.
I don't know. No.
I'm abandoning that stance, but I want you to know that I never had a chest infection.
What he was saying is like, people who have cancer have a higher likelihood of having cancer multiple times.
Yeah.
But that's because you have cancer.
You have a cancer.
And then you solve the cancer, hopefully. And then because you're still alive, there is still an equal opportunity for you to get cancer. It isn't that people who get cancer are more likely to get cancer. They're more likely to have cancer twice.
Yeah.
Because they've had cancer once.
But then isn't there also a separate phenomenon, depending on the cancers, where it is more likely that the same one will come back?
Yeah.
Like regret, there's a word for it.
Regressive.
Regression?
Progressive.
No.
Regressive cancer.
No, a different one.
Free
when
Palestine.
It comes back.
Which is a bunch of cancer body in your body
Just
gathering in one
tumor
place.
waving a flag.
Yeah, I support him.
You had a question?
If cancer had a political ideology that I aligned with,
you would get on board? But what if you had a cancer? Is that a compromise you're willing to make? You know, how much will you really stand for your values when it comes down to it? When your life is on the line?
Can I lie down for my... I don't think I'll be standing long if I have cancer.
Yeah, you can lie down.
I'll lie down for my values in support of my cancer.
Lie down for your values. Would you die for your values? Very few people would. It's okay to say no.
I am not going to say anything.
So you wouldn't.
That's not what I'm saying. No, that's not what I'm saying at all.
You would. You would have said it.
I just feel like I've dug myself in a me shape. I've dug myself a me-shaped grave here, a me-shaped hole in the ground. It fits me perfectly.
You're gonna lie in it.
And I really don't want to lie in it.
God, how long has it been since that joke came up?
So
I think it's a pre-podcast joke.
I'd like to change topics to whatever. Oh, my question about
question. I'm trying to save you. I'm extending a line down into the U-shaped hole, but it's shaped exactly like you. So you can't like move your arms slightly sideways to grab the rope. You can only move them directly up and down because it's a perfect U-shaped hole that's meters deep. Here's a rope. I'll move it over to the left there.
Thank you.
What's your question?
My question is, what's the sibling situation of the band members?
The sibling situation? Mm-hmm. 2 of them are together. None of them are siblings.
I more meant like, do all of them have an older sibling and a younger sibling?
Oh, jeez, I don't know.
Because that would make sense for them to be called middle kids.
Oh, right. Yeah. I also had this question initially.
Yeah.
And I went, I'm going to Google that. And I never got around to it.
All right. Well, I guess we'll never know.
Maybe it's because they're from the middle suburb of Sydney. Lying in the middle of the harbour.
Oh.
Born underwater.
Mer people.
Yes.
They were the ones who started H2O Just Add Water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cleo. Yeah, about that.
Nice. Tell me more about this concert. How is your concert going?
Oh, yeah. Look, okay, so I have spent years listening to people hype up gigs. They have been talked about.
This concerts. Is a concert, to be fair. This is not a gig. Yeah.
They have talked about the big raves. They have talked about le pits de mosh, mosh pits, if you will, to the layman. And they've just the wild times that they have, the crazy noise, the huge parties, right? Mm-hmm. No, it was pretty tame. We were like second row. It was very easy to get up the front. Mm-hmm. We were like right there. I could see them. They could see us. I was looking face to face. You could feel the like bass in your chest. It like vibrates your body. It was pretty great. But the crowd, like great, really solid, keen for the music, sang along, had a dance, yelled and screamed and clapped. Mm-hmm. One person went on one other person's shoulder at one point, immediately got told by security to come down, got down. That was as wild as it got.
Oh my gosh.
Staff handed out water in cups and bottles at the front. It was just really nice. It was actually a really nice time. And for me personally, it was like perfectly pitched. It was like much more exciting than my regular life, but nothing like...
Scary?
Yeah, like nothing that affected me the next day. It was just really, really perfectly pitched. And at the end... For the second encore, they played one of my favorite songs, and I was like, great, this is perfect.
Lovely.
It was really fun.
What are you looking at for next? You're like, I want more.
Oh, well, we wanted to go to Olivia Rodrigo.
I tried to get us tickets.
We tried so hard. I mean, I didn't. I was
you
busy,
did nothing.
But so many people dedicated many, many hours to this.
Maybe if you tried.
So now I'm like, boo! I'm done with gigs and I'm grumpy and sad.
I've got multiple gig tickets.
You do. You have multiple gigs. You've got Hozier.
Conan Gray.
Forgot about that one.
Yeah.
Name a third one.
Childish Gambino.
Nice. Yeah. When's that? It's October.
It might be early next year, actually.
Oh, right.
I don't know. You can't come to that one. I'm already going with someone.
I'm sure.
The other two, you can come along if you want. Well, okay. I haven't listened to any of Middle Kids' music.
Yeah.
What's their best song?
Well, there's some strong contenders. I like a lot of the stuff from the latest album because when I start listening to a new artist, I tend to go back to front to back, recent to oldest. And that usually means I get 1 or 2 albums back and then I go, yeah, okay, great. I got favorite songs now. I'm going to listen to those.
Great. So were there deep cuts at the
There was a couple of deep cuts. The best deep cut was when they turned to 2 people in the front row of the audience and said, everyone, these guys, this is their third, they've come 3 times in 3 days.
Oh.
And last night they asked us for a song. And so we're going to play it now. And we had to dig up the lyrics because I've forgotten them.
Oh my gosh.
So we had to go find them. Anyway, we're going to play that song. So that was the deepest cut.
That's really good.
Favorite songs? Highlands is very good. Bend, one of my favorites. I quite like Terrible News. And it's very hard to go past Bootleg Firecracker. Which is like I think they released it as a single before. You know, it's one of the ones that they released early from the latest album.
Yeah.
And they were playing it on stage. And when the chorus started, because it's called Bootleg Firecracker, they had like sparks come out of like a whole row at the front. Like, of fireworks launches. I don't know. It was great. It was
Someone
fun.
hasn't been to a concert before.
And then we could see them through the fire, between the gaps and the sparks. It was great fun. And the opener was another artist that I knew, which we didn't know until after we'd booked. And I was like, yo, what the heck? I know this person. That's Mia Ray.
Oh, cool. I don't think I've listened to
Yeah, it's great.
much or any
And
of
she played songs of hers that I knew, and it was just great fun. Just a great fun time.
I think it would have been really funny if the people who came 2 nights in a row didn't come for the third night. Like they get ready. They're like, oh my gosh, we're going to play this.
Play this.
Where are the people?
They just didn't rock up.
Not there. They got upset that they didn't play last night. They're like, well, fuck this. We've been here 2 nights.
We've been here 2 nights.
Were the tickets expensive? How do you feel about ticket pricing?
It seemed fairly reasonable. I don't know. Like it's a big night out. Like it's more expensive than dinner or a movie or dinner and a movie or dinner and a movie and dessert or dinner and a movie and a dessert and an after dinner time karaoke activity. But it's also like, at least it's fun as those things. So, support live music. There's a bunch of crew and stuff.
I think it's fun. I think the value in it for me is like, oh, I get to see this person in real life.
Yes, and also the excitement leading up. Like that thing's on in 3 weeks. And also, they were right there. And I had this funny thing where, like, I hadn't been listening to music for that long. I had maybe 3 weeks to prepare. So I went from never having listened to Middle Kids music to being like, I can sing along to, like, maybe a third of these.
That's good.
Which was fun. But it also meant that, like, I hadn't built up, like, the hero worship. And yet, still, when they walked out on stage, I was like, oh my God, it's Hannah. Hannah's going to play guitar right now. It was so good.
That's great.
So good. They talk to you in between. They do the funny little bits in between the songs. Really liked that. They make you feel special, and you're like, I know you said this about the first night audience as well, but thank you for saying that the second night audience is always special and real good. Yeah,
I always feel like, I don't know, I get duped by it.
Yeah. Completely.
When an artist comes out, it's like, this is the best crowd I've ever had. I'm like, we are.
Well, didn't Harry say that to you guys?
Harry got his ear blown out when we yelled "Leave America." Like, had to pull his earpiece out, and we were pretty proud of that.
Yeah.
Also, Australia has some big venues. Like the MCG is
huge,
massive, way bigger than most other. Like I think it's the biggest venue in the Southern Hemisphere. And when we have people come here, like Ed Sheeran, Taylor Swift, like it's the biggest concert that they do, which is really fun, but also, I guess, terrible for tickets, like, because they'll sell out the place if it's someone really really big.
Right.
But you'll get like general admission, but you'll be way up the back of a stadium and you can't really see. Whereas if you're in a smaller arena,
like even the worst tickets are somewhere vaguely close.
Yeah. So, I don't know. You get to be a part of something, but also you get to be a smaller part of a thing, you know? Yeah. But the forum's nice because it's kind of small.
Yeah, it's intimate. I kept looking around and being like, where is everyone? Like, when are all the rest of the people going to arrive?
Oh, there weren't a whole lot of people there.
It didn't quite sell out, as far as I know. And look, it was full. There was people on the floor, but I was like, there's more room in here.
Right, yeah.
And like people trickled in while Mia Ray was playing and in the like half hour after that, obviously. But even so, I was like, okay.
They also played at Castlemaine, didn't they?
They did.
Our hometown.
They did. That was, so we were technically the third night, but they were calling us second night audience at the Forum because they played Forum on the Friday, then they went to Castlemaine. Then
they did it in the middle.
Yeah, Middle Kids.
Yeah. Where do you reckon they stayed in Castlemaine?
Where do I reckon they stayed? I reckon they stayed in Dalesford.
Oh, they probably
stayed in Dalesford, didn't they? By the lake in a nice expensive Airbnb.
They probably went to that the Dalesford like spa place, the hot springs, whatever they got there.
If not, I hope they stayed at one of the really crappy motels in Castlemaine.
I haven't ever stayed at one, but that's because I lived there.
We did it once. I think maybe it was when we were living in the bush and we were worried about a fire.
Oh.
And so we stayed one night in the one that's like right next to South School.
Oh, like I know that one. I know that one. Yeah.
Weird place.
Yeah. Well, that's like a motel kind of. Yeah. I think that there's because there's the pub. A lot of the pubs that we have. Well, those are called like hotel something. Like some of them, this hotel, railway hotel, whatever. Do they have any? Can you stay there, or is that like an old thing?
I think that's an old thing.
I wish you could.
Wish you could stay like upstairs at the Bridge Hotel or something.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
I think that'd be great. What's the one at the corner near the train station?
Railway Hotel. Oh, no, the one opposite on Templeton Street.
Yeah.
Like opposite Over the Moon.
Yeah.
Oh, Malrocco Bar? No, that's like
that's the bar inside.
What do they call the building? It was in the television show Glitch.
Oh.
The ABC television show Glitch. Because I shot like around the train station.
Yeah.
Don't remember.
No. But I want to say that, like...
I've never been inside. Oh, wait, no, there's an op shop there now. And I've been in part of it. I've barely been inside that building.
I went to the bar there for a jazz performance. I went there with my grandpa. I went to Castlemaine and I was like, I want to hang out. And he was like, great, I want to hang out too. There's this jazz thing going on. Let's go to that. It was nice. It was really, really good. Had a lemon lime bitters. It was pretty good.
Yum, yum, yum.
They played some good music.
Oh, I've got lemon lime and bitters cordial downstairs.
You got to give me that for a drink.
You a drink, I know.
I want lemon lime bitters. I should have a tea.
You should have a tea.
I should have a tea.
Got plenty of tea.
Yeah, but I'll have it after. I don't know. I'll probably forget. I genuinely have been quite sick the past couple of days. It's been bad. And I haven't even been to any concerts. I've been to multiple parties.
Yeah.
But normally I feel this bad after like a big night concert.
Yeah.
I want you to go to a Doof concert. I want you to go to like what? Okay.
Right.
One of my best concert that I've been to has been Childish Gambino.
Yeah.
Amazing choreography, amazing music, amazing audience interaction. It was packed. People were jumping about. Very good. That was in 2019. Now, one of the best experiences I've had at a concert was at Tyler, the Creator. Now, Tyler's concert, this was in 2020. We have literally the poster, but we've cut out the bit with the date on it, so I can't look at it right now. It was 2022, 2023.
22, I reckon.
And that one, I thought it was fine. I don't know. I think I was expecting a bit more. But what I really liked is he plays a song, New Magic Wand, and that goes so hard.
Yeah.
And there was a massive mosh pit. And it was the first time I've been in like a hard mosh pit where people are really, really throwing their body around. Yeah. Like I ended up bleeding from it. I think I cut my hand on but you're being thrown and I was like getting suffocated for a bit. And I was like, you really feel like you're fighting for your life. Which is really fun because then you get out of it and you're like, oh my God.
Biggest high ever.
Yeah. It's kind of, I imagine it's similar to like, I don't know, doing like bungee jumping or something like that where you're like, I'm not going to survive this.
Right.
Literally at points I was like, I cannot breathe because it was so hot as well. Oh. There was fire going on the stage. And I was like, I don't know if I can survive this. And then I'm not saying it's a good idea to like put yourself on the brink of passing out at a concert or a festival, but it's kind of fun when you're in a mosh pit and doing it. And it's fun to just throw your body around and be like, I'm going to get bashed the fuck up. So there was none of that at Middle Kids?
None of that at all. So there was the three of them in the band, and then they had this guy called Miles. Yeah. And I feel obliged to tell you about Miles, because Miles was fucking sick.
Great.
He had like redback work boots, but they were like half knee high. Oh. And he had denim shorts frayed at the bottom, and then like an apron that was longer than the shorts. And like tousled hair, and at one point he did a big jump off. He was on guitar. That was what he was playing.
Okay, but he's not part of the band normally.
Not normally.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
And I guess they do a different person in each like city or each tour maybe. Okay. And he did like a big like rock jump off a block. It's just cool.
That sounds really cool.
Yeah. Miles was great.
Nice.
I love Miles.
So you learn all their you know all their names, which is pretty. Like I go and see bands, I'm like I have no clue.
Yeah, well, I did a bit of research and read some like interviews. It's so funny and weird and interesting because like they're artists who are writing like serious and vulnerable things, and they're thinking deeply about their practices, and that that'll come across in like an interview that the Triple J website has. Yeah, and then you go and they're like playing rock music, and the guitar goes da-dum, dum, da-dum, dum, 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 and you're like, wow, what an interesting like performance of this thing. And especially like some bands more than others. Like I'm actually looking at the Boy Genius poster right now, for example, and thinking about Phoebe Bridgers, or like with Middle Kids, it's like, oh, these are like quite vulnerable lines about like falling in and out of love and belief and like feeling like you're bringing a newborn child into a world that's ending. And also, like, just got a banging beat that you want to dance to. And it's like, this is weird as an experience.
The Phoebe Bridgers concert starts with the band and her come on stage to like this heavy metal doom, 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 wah, doom, doom. And it's great. And there's like fire going on the visuals. And like it's all in that like cyber sigilism sort of like heavy metal, like Phoebe Bridgers, like her name's up there. And it's like, it's just so... it's clearly her being like, yeah, concerts are fun and I like to have fun at concerts, despite her playing something like Scott Street, which is a very like slow, very heartfelt song like a couple of songs later. But it's like, no, we're entering with a bang.
Yeah.
It's really great. It's really great. Yeah, it's interesting. Listening to the music and then seeing them live. It's you have that space to be emotional when you're making it.
And also, like, an album is, so for example, like Faith Crisis Part 1 is really carefully curated and it moves through like quieter moments, and there's even songs that are like just instrumental, or like a couple of the songs have a song after it that's like the same title and then interlude. So, which is kind of like an instrumental or a quieter version, or more of the like mood of the song without the driving kind of bass or chorus. They didn't play any of those. And they also played things from multiple albums, including like more rocky ones or more angry ones from the past. And so you're getting this like tonal, not whiplash, but I guess it's just not curated in the same way as an album is. It's an experience. It's like, here's all the ones you like, and then we've put them in an order that kind of energetically makes a bit of sense, I guess. It goes up and down a bit, but we're not playing any of that slow stuff. That's for you later. That's for tomorrow morning.
Yeah, that's for your sad times.
Play the ones that you want to dance to.
Yeah. You know what I reckon?
What do you reckon?
I think you could be in a band.
Don't do this. Don't do this to me.
No, I think you could.
No, you're going to fuck me up.
You're good with writing. You're good at playing it. You could be in a band.
No, don't do this.
You could do music.
This to me.
You could do music. I'm just saying. You could do it. Would you recommend going to see Middle Kids?
Yeah, I would recommend going to see Middle Kids. I think they're finishing up back home in Sydney, but I think that's probably that's happened by now. But go see them next time.
Yeah.
Wait for Hannah to raise a whole nother child and write a whole nother album, and then eventually they'll tour and you get to see them again.
Wait,
I'm not even bitter. It's fine.
am I aware of Middle Kids? Sorry, I just had a thought that maybe Middle Kids is one of the bands that has an album in James Acaster's Perfect Sound, whatever.
Oh, probably.
Possibly. I need to double check that.
Wait, what's best? 2016 is James Acaster's best year for music? Let's just see if Middle Kids released anything in 2016. That'll clear it up.
You check, and I will stall for time.
You do that.
Stalling for time, stalling for time. If I knew a Middle Kids song, I would do this to the tune of a Middle Kids song, but I don't, so I'll just sing the normal stolen for time, stolen for time, stolen for time. Reuben is taking a while to find.
Middle Kids formed in 2016 and didn't release anything until 2017.
What does that mean?
So it means they definitely didn't have an album in 2016.
All right, I'm just thinking of another person who had a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
Oh, it's allowed to have kids.
Well, not if it takes them out from making music for
Not
ages.
if it takes them 3 years from 2021 to 2024 to release an album. Middle Kids, at Hannah Joy.
Not if it takes them, not if they go on a massive hiatus from making music, but still will make like multiple TV shows, write a bunch of things. Donald Glover, at Donald Glover.
Did he have a kid?
Yeah, he's had some.
Okay.
But I
you were
don't
just saying that he stopped for a bit.
No, he's had a couple kids. It's part of 31520/algorithm has references to it. But then he's also releasing a new album. He has this song. He's been teasing some stuff. He has a TikTok account now. The song's like, Cuddy Lorray, he had a break. He's finding out that nobody gives a fuck. That's really funny.
Nice.
Yeah. Anyways, I'll be reviewing that. Rest assured. If Childish Gambino has ever once released an album, or Donald Glover, because it could be under either name, if they ever once release something, then you know that I will have and will be talking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.